Today we are here at the Legacy Art Gallery, Michael Williams' Legacy to the University of Victoria. The gallery is affiliated with the Maltwood Art Museum and Gallery, which has an extensive collection of Canadian art. They are hanging the exhibition for Ted Harrison, a retrospective of his art. Ted Harrison is one of the most popular and well-known and beloved artists, Canadian artists. Here we can see what he said about painting. Ted Harrison was born in England and he started painting over there. I think after the war or during the war he started painting, and then he moved to Asia, to Malaysia, and as you can see in the samples of that period of his art, he started using colors that are used in that part of the world, and using those bold lines also. Colors that I think you will find he influenced his paintings nowadays. After that he moves to Canada, to the Yukon, and he started painting the scenery, taking a very traditional approach like in this example here. Also he moves into a more exciting colors, I guess. Look at this one there. By the mid-60s everything becomes flat and simple and bold. Look at the red in this sky. He started using colors, very vivid colors, like this green, that's very popular green right now, and he was using it in the mid-60s. The pinks, the blues. The sky is yellow green, green yellow there. The mountains, blue. This combination is great too. Red, blues. The pink ground. Here the sky again, yellow, pink, blues. The ladder. Well, the ladder will not be there when you come and see the show. Next we will be talking to Catherine Gibson, who is the curator of the show, and also she wrote a book about Ted Harrison.
Hi, my name is Catherine Gibson, and I'm the biographer of Ted Harrison, the famous Yukon artist and great Canadian national treasure. We're putting on an exhibition to celebrate Ted Harrison this year. It's 40 years since he first came onto the Canadian art scene, and in celebrating that, we have a special exhibition. He's giving gifts of art to people across the country, and also his biography is coming out. We call that Ted Harrison Painting Paradise. So let's have a look at some of Harrison's paradise. Here's a picture of Ted in his studio by an artist called David Goatley, and Ted loved to have lots of light and lots of color around him, and here he is working on one of his great paintings. When we come across the exhibition here, we're going to work around our way here, and we see Ted's early days as a young man in Durham County in England. His palette's very somber here, and he's painting pictures of people and their everyday experiences, which he felt was really important. Everything you need to know in art is at your doorstep. But of course that changed, and his palette began to brighten and began to become alive, and we began to see that he changed his palette considerably. So we're going to go over here to these paintings up at the top, and here we see lovely, beautiful, spiraling skies. We see a massive change in the palette of bright reds and orange and yellows and swirling blues and violets. And again, he's capturing the sense of space and the sense of magic of the Yukon, which is the place that inspired him more than any other. He also brought into his paintings the feelings that he got from his stays in Malaysia, where he spent several years, and also in New Zealand. When he moved to Victoria from the Yukon, he found it difficult to paint. He said that the light there left him cold. So what he did was settle into fishing, which a lot of people like to do on the coast. And while he was on one of his trips, he had an opportunity to go out in a large boat, and he began to see that there was life below the water as well as above it. And you see whales here, and this painting is called Whale Watching. One of the important things about Harrison is he liked to put a moon into, or a sun into his painting, and you see that quite significantly. Here are his playful dolphins. And he felt that as an artist he could do whatever he liked, so you often found that his colors were quite unlike what they might appear in nature. Pink whales, purple, blue, dogs that might be yellow, moose that might be orange, whatever turned him on. In 1993, he was approached by Olympic swimmer Leslie Cliff to create some paintings for the 1994 Commonwealth Games in Victoria. There were 6 of those paintings, and we have 3 of them here today. The 2 on one side here, the butterfly and the divers, celebrate swimming. And we have the cyclist on the other end. Missing are a gymnast and a runner and another cyclist. But these were great fun, and they signaled a rebirth in Harrison as he became used to the West Coast. Note the wonderful spiraling backgrounds, which are very Yukon, and of course the wonderful colors that he employs. Harrison did not often paint people the way you see them here. These are very unusual paintings, very, very special paintings, and they're all in private collections. I'd like to just point out one painting here. This painting is called Sketching in Paradise, that Ted Harrison did recently in 2006. And here he has painted himself into a painting at an easel, and he's created a wonderful vista of swirling colors and light around it. This painting, called Sketching in Paradise, inspired the title of his biography called Ted Harrison, Painting Paradise, which has just been released. The magic of Harrison is certainly in color. It's in his imagination. He believes that imagination is the tool of all artists. He paints inside. He paints in his head. He paints what he envisions in his imagination. But he lets what life around him inspires in him, and that's what kind of sets the tone for his work. Thank you.